They built with materials we can't replicate, moved stones heavier than jets, and used energy in ways we still don't understand. So what did ancient civilizations once know that we don't? From the Great Pyramid's impossible precision to machines lost beneath the oceans, ancient civilizations may have harnessed advanced knowledge we've since forgotten. But if that's true, where did it all go? And why is no one talking about this? Stick around, because the truth might shock you, and it changes everything. To the naked eye, the pyramids of Egypt are just beautiful monuments, tributes to ancient kings, tombs built with sweat and sand. But here's the thing. These tombs were built with an engineering precision that modern tools still struggle to match. The base of the Great Pyramid of Giza, it's level within 0.8 inches. That's across 13 acres. And it aligns perfectly with true north. Not magnetic north, true north. The kind only advanced instruments can detect. How? The blocks used for construction weigh up to 80 tons, heavier than a Boeing 737. And somehow, these were moved without wheels, without cranes, and without modern roads. Now, here's the twist. There's no record, literally none, of how they did it. Not on the walls, not in scrolls, not in temples. Just stone and silence. But that pyramid? That's just the tip of the mystery. But what they found beneath the ocean changed everything. In 1986, a scuba diver named Kihiharu Aratake was exploring off the coast of Japan near Yonaguni Island. He stumbled on something strange. Massive stone terraces underwater, blocks, stairs, pillars, perfect 90-degree angles, like a sunken city. Geologists said, oh, it's just natural erosion. But divers and architects disagreed. This wasn't some random pile of rocks. This was architecture, and it had been down there for at least 10,000 years. Which creates a major problem. Because 10,000 years ago, according to what we learned in school, humans weren't supposed to be building anything more complex than fire pits. There were no cities, no geometry, no tools capable of cutting massive stones precisely underwater. But then came the mind-bending discovery. At the bottom of one of the staircases, they found ancient symbols carved into granite, which means humans had not only been there, they had written something there. But we don't know what it says. And worse, we might never know. The site was closed to most research, declared natural, and quickly slipped out of headlines. This isn't the only case like this. And then came the piece of glass that shouldn't exist. In Iraq's ancient ruins, archaeologists stumbled on something strange. A piece of extremely pure, electrically conductive glass, buried in layers of earth predating known civilization. You might recognize this. It's called Trinitite, and the only modern way we know how to create it is through nuclear explosions. When sand gets flash melted and fused into a glossy green crystal by extreme rapid heat. So how did a piece of Trinitite end up embedded in a site thousands of years before electricity, let alone nuclear power? We still don't know. And it's not alone. In South America, the Nazca Lines are massive drawings carved in the desert. They weren't just made with sticks. Some run for miles with geometric accuracy. But here's the question. Who were they built for? Because unless these ancient people had flight, no one on the ground could have ever seen them. And speaking of flight, there's the Saqqara Bird, found in Egypt. A wooden figure resembling a bird. but with one major difference. It has fixed wings, like a glider, not flapping ones like a real bird. Aeronautical engineers tested a scaled version, and guess what? It flew. Centuries-old stories from India describe Vimanas, flying ships powered by mercury engines. For decades, historians thought it was just myth. But buried in Sanskrit texts, like the Vimana Shastra, are actual schematics, geometry, speed, propulsion principles. And while skeptics say it's junk science, real aerospace engineers have looked at the diagrams and admitted there's something here. The deeper you go, the more unsettling it gets, because these weren't accidents, they were patterns, and many of them are disappearing. Literally. Sites get buried, artifacts go missing, research funding disappears, eyewitnesses silenced. But why? The real twist, some believe we were warned to forget. Let's look at one of the most jaw-dropping anomalies ever discovered, Puma Punku, Bolivia. Imagine megalithic blocks weighing over 100 tons and not just moved across miles, but cut with such surgical precision they lock together without mortar. Some cuts are so straight they're almost laser-like. Stonemasons today, with diamond-tipped equipment, struggled to replicate it. But this site dates back 15,000 years before humans were even supposed to have written language. So how is that possible? And more importantly, why don't we study places like this in school? The answer might be political, or religious, or something bigger. Several ancient texts, from the Sumerians to the Mayans, talk about cataclysmic events, sky gods, and vanished eras of man destroyed by jealousy or fear, or something unknown. The Popol Vuh, Book of Enoch, Emerald Tablets all share a common theme. Humans once had knowledge that we were not meant to keep. Here's the kicker. In multiple unexplained collapses, the Indus Valley, the Olmecs, the mysterious sea peoples destroying empires overnight, there's no smoking gun, no disease, no war, just silence. It's almost like someone hit reset. But the biggest clue wasn't found in stone or fire, but in ice. Buried beneath the ice sheets of Antarctica, scientists in recent years have found what some believe to be ancient man-made structures, straight-line formations, symmetrical ridges, and even what looks like a pyramidal shape over 6,000 feet above sea level. That's not the shocking part. The ice covering it, over 34 million years old, which means either nature has been building triangles all by herself, or we have to seriously rethink what we think we know about Earth's history. Could there have been civilizations before known history even began? And if so, why doesn't anyone want us asking these questions? Some experts believe we're living after the third or even fourth cycle of advanced human civilization. Think about it. We came after Atlantis, after Lemuria, after the flood myths, after the starfalls and banishments written into every ancient text, from Genesis to Gilgamesh. Each time, something wipes the slate clean. New humans repopulate, start over, forget. We think we're the beginning, but maybe we're the recovery. And the deeper question no one wants to answer is this: are we next? Because every lost civilization so far, they got to this moment. Technical progress, towers, power, everything. Then, silence. Gone. Could our own forgotten past be a mirror showing us our possible future? Whether or not every theory here proves true, one thing's for sure. History, real, raw, messy history, is way stranger than fiction. And the fact that so many ancient feats remain unexplained should inspire curiosity, awe,
not dismissal. Maybe our ancestors weren't primitive. Maybe they were us, just on a longer timeline. And if we ignore their clues, the vanished cities, the terrifying precision, the silenced stories, the impossible artifacts, we're not just forgetting history, we're choosing to repeat it. What do you think really happened to these lost civilizations? Drop a comment below. And if this blew your mind, you know what to do.